I respect him, he respects me. And to me, that is what real, true bond is. Hello, people.
I agree with you. I don't think that you have to go through any abusive act in order to build a bond with other brothers or sisters.
No.
And I think that, again,
it's
I'm going to be the
unnecessary.
I'm going to be the voice in the desert that keeps saying that there's a difference between pledging and rites of passages and hazing. Hazing is just something that's just gone too far. Extremely too far. And I agree with you totally. I also would like to add, and I will not be liked when I go back to my campus, but I'll say this. Individuals who go through these processes where they're hazed and beaten or mistreated terribly, they often do not stay dedicated to the organization.
No.
They probably never pay dues again.
Nope.
Or if they do pay dues, so they pay dues so they can come back and perpetrate that same violence on the next group of people that are coming in. They don't have really good stories to tell. There are often a lot of feelings of resentment, a lot of enmity between the neophytes and the prophytes because of hazing.
In other words, it has no positive end.
Hazing has no positive end.
None.
But a rites of passage or some meaningful, purposeful ritual process that's sanctioned, that's been legally looked at by the organization and that's rubber stamped as approved, that could have a purposeful and a positive end where people have some love and some bond to that organization. As it relates to the military, I'm going to say again, they have special training. Some of the stuff that they may have to do might look a little weird to the outsider, but they do what they have to do and they do it well. But as for the band, I want to speak about band in my observation. They're a special group of individuals as well. And, some of the things that they do is extreme. But the good things that they do have a purpose. When you have those members coming in as new band students and they are asked to get up early in the morning, exercise, eat right, that's a good purpose. But when they're asked to be personal servants, when they're unfortunately possibly, physically abused, that's something good taken to the extreme. That's the wrong extreme. So, you can't look at exercise as a bad thing, but exercising someone till they pass out or die is a bad thing. You can't look at asking someone to eat a well-balanced meal and refrain from drinking soda and salt drinks that have a lot of sodium in it and eating a bunch of sugary foods and eating a bunch of fat and fried foods as a bad thing when you're going to ask these people to stand up in the sun and play an instrument for 3 or 4 hours. That's not bad. But if you restrict them from eating a well-balanced meal, make them consume foods that are not good, then that's a bad thing. People take something that's good and twist it, like I said before, put their own spin on it and make it bad. And so we just have to be sure that we separate something that's purposeful and meaningful as a process from something that's not purposeful and has no meaning, that's ignorant or ignorant, and that's hazing. So that's my last say-so on the matter. I also want to add, you wanted a learning moment. In the state of Alabama, hazing is a Class C misdemeanor.
Class C, I was just about to say.
You can get up to 3 months in prison and a fine of not more than $500. And listen up, people that are still trying to go to school, you can forfeit your entitlement to public funds, scholarships, or awards. If an institution, I don't know too many institutions that don't have hazing in their code of conduct, depending on what you do, what you end up getting charged with may lead to be a felony. And if you get that, you get expelled. So you lose your opportunity to get an education and live a life of means. And is it worth it?
And you know what? And we're going to have to take a commercial break here. But as a college student, I believe I can speak for every single student at this university when I say there was a reason why we all came here. The majority of us came here to get a degree. So when we graduate from here, we can make a better life for ourselves. When we graduate, we can get a job worth having. When we graduate out of here, we can make the kind of money that we want so we won't have to work in places that we don't necessarily want to work. I came here to be a broadcaster. I came here to learn how to be a journalist. And I came here to learn how to work within the media industry. And to think that somebody would have the audacity to throw all of that away because you want to haze somebody. That to me speaks ignorance on all levels. You're putting your education in jeopardy. You're putting your record, your record in jeopardy. If you go to jail, and you will go to jail for that if you are caught doing those types of things, that will be on your record forever. It will never be erased. And that is speaking to any college student in any institution anywhere in this world, all across the globe. If you're a college student in New York, I'm speaking to you. If you are a college student in California, I am speaking to you. If you are a college student in Pensacola, I am speaking to you. If you are listening to us overseas in Iraq, I'm speaking to you too. If you're listening to us via the web in South Africa, I'm talking to you. Do not risk your college education because you decide you want to haze somebody. Do not risk your college education because you decide you want to perform this ritual or this tradition. And that goes for anywhere else, whether it be in the workforce. Hazing goes on in the workforce. If you're in a sports organization, don't haze your team members. Hopefully, I would think that victories that you all attain throughout your sports, throughout your life as players, I would think that would create an enough good bond. The fact that, okay, dude, we won 12 games together. I would think that would create a bond. I would think that winning a national championship would create a bond. You don't have to beat your team members, the other players on the team, up to feel like you all have to have some kind of bond for the next hundreds of years. Just take that bond that you had when y'all were able to hold the trophy together and say, this is our bond. This is what connected us. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to take a commercial break. Thank you all so much, by the way. We will bring you all back on a little later on in the show. Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, the presidents of Jacksonville State University, Dr. William Aurthur Meehan, as well as the vice president of academic and student affairs, Dr. Rebecca Turner, and the university attorney, Judge Samuel Monk, will give their perspectives on hazing in the world of college and universities. You are listening to the Late Night with Ed Moore III Season 2 premiere, and we will be right back after this commercial break. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Late Night with Ed Moore III, Season 2 premiere, Hazing in America special. As I mentioned to you all earlier, I have here in the studio the president of Jacksonville State University, Dr. William Aurthur Meehan, the vice president for academic and student affairs, Dr. Rebecca Turner, and the university attorney, Mr. Samuel Monk. Hello, all three of you, and welcome to the WLJS studio.
Hello.
Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much for being here. I first just want to start off by asking Dr. Turner, the Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs here at the university. I just want to know, on a college level, what is hazing to you?
Well, I know the Alabama Code defines hazing in a very particular way, and JSU has a policy in our handbook, our student handbook, that defines hazing. But I guess in a general way, a definition would be that hazing is an act that is committed against another person that causes them physical, emotional, psychological, or social harm.
Why, and any of you all can respond for this one, why do you all feel hazing occurs so heavily within the college within the college community?
Well, unfortunately, it's a tradition that colleges have had for many years, Jacksonville State as well. Some individuals believe it's what they should go through as a rite of passage before they come into an organization. I firmly disagree with that. I do not believe that it makes an individual, whether it's a fraternity, a sorority, or a club, a better member of that organization just because they've been through that. There are a lot of other things that can be done that can be just as meaningful, if not more so, for the individual and for the organization. So that's why we've tried to encourage getting rid of hazing, of course, because it's against the law, and I'm very glad it is, but we encourage social projects and other types of things for organizations to do.
And thinking about that, that's what kind of, I guess, upsets me all the more, is that I don't understand why, rather than these ridiculous rituals of beatings and such, why there can't be more positive processes, or processes that say, okay, well, let's go serve at the homeless shelter, or let's get GPAs up, things of that nature. Those,
I like that one.
Yes, those.
I like them both.
Yeah, they're both good. That's right.
To me, those are the things that last.
You're right.
Those are the things that last. Judge Monk, who, as I stated earlier, he's the university attorney for Jacksonville State. Can you just tell everybody out there what some of the possible criminal